Hi, this is Jeff, and this is day one of NZ Robinson's Family Farm here in Atlanta, Georgia. We are on a mission. My college buddy and I are on a mission to create a microgreens company right here in Atlanta and service our local market with microgreens. Now, the whole idea behind this is two reasons. The first reason is that we really want to be a source for people to live and consume a healthier diet. And so a lot of this is for me personally. You know, we have family problems with high blood pressure, hypertension, you know, all of the diseases that come along with just this trashy American diet that we all have. And I want to change all of that. So in addition to changing all that, my college buddy and I was like, hey, let's just make $1 million doing it. So what you're witnessing is day one of our official startup of our, what we call our grow lab, right here in my basement. Now, this space is about 10 feet wide and about another 10 feet deep, but we're gonna put in here today grow shelves. If you come over here in the corner, you'll see our first experiment in the growing business or the microgreens business. We've been watching just tons of YouTube videos. My partner Will and I go back to college together, as I said, and he's been working on the back end stuff, the PowerPoints, the website, the marketing, all of that stuff, the back end stuff, and a lot of the research, the business planning. And I've been really working on the product itself. And since I really come out of the technology business is my core business, and manufacturing furniture, I do a lot of woodworking and that sort of thing. But I hadn't spent a lot of time actually growing food. I grew up in the city essentially, but my mom would send us to my grandfather, NZ Robinson, that's the name of the company. She would send us to his farm in rural Mississippi during the summer months when I was a kid. And so I learned a lot about farming there, but after going to college and coming out and starting to work in, you know, starting businesses and that sort of thing, farming was like the furthest thing on my mind. And now we're looking at microgreens farming, essentially indoor farming, as a way to grow a business that would be successful enough in order to sustain our families and hopefully grow our bank accounts. But over here in the corner, I've just been doing some basic experimentation. When I first started in the business, since I didn't know anything about the business much, I did a lot of research online with YouTube and a lot of the social media and just kind of following what other people were doing. And so I wanted to try my hand at actually growing microgreens, but without the end result being selling it to a customer, just to see if I could actually do it. And so I went out and got this small shelf. I think I got this from like Walmart, and I ordered some of these pans. Well, I didn't even order them. I think I went to like the dollar store, Dollar Tree or somewhere, and picked up these aluminum pans. I didn't know what I was doing, but I knew that they would hold soil. And so I just put this shelf down in my basement. I found me a fluorescent light. It's not even a true grow light, but the plants seem to respond very well to it. And I set it up on this this shelf here, and I just started experimenting like a scientist with different microgreens. And here, over here we got kale, which is really starting to come up really nice, you know. And this is just seed that I bought from like Walmart. You know, it's burpee seed, so it's not like a high end seed. It's just my little experiment. Here's another little experiment that I've got going on. I actually started growing and rooting a tomato from a cutting that I made out of my outdoor garden. So I started an outdoor garden after 20 years away from gardening. And that's what's starting to come up. So that's going to be a tomato plant here soon. But over here, I have some spinach, and you can see it sprouting up really nicely. I'm surprised because most of the seed is coming up really, really nice, better than I even thought it would. Over here, I've got some fenugreek. This is just things that I'm trying. Sorrel, I got some arugula, and I got some lettuce, And of course, one of our top producing plants is going to be, I just know it, sunflower. So this is a sunflower actually growing up. And as you can see here, I actually just took like an old egg carton and put some soil in it. This is like Miracle-Gro. It's just something straight out of Home Depot or the big box stores. There's big bags of fertilizer, so nothing fancy. And then I got some Miracle-Gro that I put into this little container right here. They have a little individual packets. I took the individual packets and poured just a little bit, maybe like a quarter of the packet in one of these and just shake it up. And I keep them spritzed with that. In fact, here's my spritzing. See how my spritzing is going on here? I got a little spritzing thing. And this keeps them all moist. And they seem to respond to this really pretty well. And I keep them kind of like moist in here every day. And so this was like my first trial. So what I want to do in this video series is I want you guys to just kind of follow along with our venture to see how quick we can hit that $1 million. Will and I have got a really cool business plan that we set up. We both have just tons of experience in business, but very little in growing. So we're going to go out to other farms locally. We've been going and visiting farmers markets just to see what other folks are doing out there in the marketplace. We've even called on a number of chefs around Metro Atlanta, and we're getting some response, not overwhelming response, but what I think we're doing probably different. If you guys want to look us up or give us a call, you're welcome to like and subscribe to this channel and send me an email or text to me or Will, and we'll be glad to get back to you. But what's making our business different in my mind, as opposed to just, oh yeah, we're just city gardening farmers, is that we really want to enable technology in our business, AI specifically. AI agents who actually do things for us in the business. So we're going to go real methodically slow in the terms of how we execute, because ultimately we love to sell the business. That'd be great if we could get it to scale. We may get it to scale and sell the business. But we wanted to make it so that it was so hands off that if we decided we wanted to go spend 6 months in Europe, we could still run this business. That's what really makes us different than, I guess, the average person growing stuff in their garden, or growing a aquaponics business in their basement or something like that. That's our intent. We really want to grow it, not only to provide this great nutritious product that we do, but also to make a lot of money. So there you have it. This is the room. This is the space. On the next episode, I think we're gonna film. We're gonna send you guys. We're gonna post another video where we're gonna show you the room with us bringing the shelves in. But I've actually corded this room off in my basement. This was like, I need to tell you guys that. This room used to be the cut room for my woodworking business. So this morning, my partner and I got in here and just cleaned out all the sawdust off the floor. It was just sawdust up to our butts, and took it out back and burned it all up. And that's a good thing. We're in the middle of the city, but we do have a pretty big lot. We got like 3 acres on this house, my home here. So we're gonna set this all up, and now that it's all cleaned out, we wanted to cord it off from the rest of the house. So we put up this tarp. We just went to like Harbor Freight and bought some really inexpensive tarp to keep the dust out of the room and to somewhat maintain the temperature. Now, this room, it's got like this block walls, and this acts like a really good insulator in this particular room. The house, this part of the basement actually sits below grade, so there's soil on the outside of these walls, at least halfway up this back wall, and then all the way up the wall over here on the left. And so that provides a really good insulator in here. Today, we went out on Facebook Marketplace and we found a shelf that a guy sold us for about 75 bucks. We couldn't find another shelf because we're using 4 foot wide by 72 inch high by 18 inch deep shelves. That's the model for our business. This allows us at scale in our lab, is what we're calling this. This is going to allow us to get to 190 to 220 trays. And that's where we do our calculations from in terms of what dollar amount we're able to hit per tray per month in terms of the overall sales for the company. So we're doing that. So now that we've got that out of the way, we're gonna go up to my truck, and you guys are gonna come back with me later, and I'm gonna show you what the shelves look like when we get them in here. They're pretty good size shelves, they're sturdy, and you know, we're just gonna keep you guys posted. We invite you to, of course, like and subscribe to the channel, follow our adventure. We're gonna be going and touring other competitors. I don't really call them competitors. People who've invited us to come see what they're doing. And we're gonna incorporate best practices, if you would, use a fancy word like best practices. We're gonna incorporate the best ideas that we discover into building NZ Robinson Farms. And I'm hopeful that we'll be able to hit our $1 million goal. And how long did we say it was gonna take, Will?
12 months.
12 months. So we're gonna do this inside of a year. So keep coming back to see how close we are to the goal and how quick we can do it, and take that challenge. Oh, and if you're a chef and you are in Metro Atlanta, or I would probably say in the Southeast, we'll be happy to overnight you samples of our greens. We have a sample pack that includes our broccoli, our kale, our basic core products, and there's gonna be like 12 of them. And we'll be happy to send them out to you. So come back to our channel, the NZ Robinson Farms, see what those guys over in Atlanta are doing, and we'll keep you posted.